More millennials are entering the sandwich generation, the term used for adults who are caring for children and aging loved ones. New York Life says many of them report an impact on their mental health, finances, and social life. It can be tough to talk with older family members about getting some extra help or even leaving their home. Kathy Smith is the owner of Seniors Resource Hub, which is an outlet that can help with this process. Kathy, good to see you. You started your business because you were in this situation caring for older family members. What are the top issues that go into a decision of whether an older person can stay in their home and get some help coming in, or maybe have to go to a facility?
Well, a lot of it depends on how mobile they are and how much they can afford as far as for someone to come in and help take care of them, or would they be better off and safer in a facility?
So when a family addresses this, how can you make it easier to maybe have this discussion with an older loved one?
Well, it is, because we always avoided it, or I did anyway.
Yeah.
So, and that came out to be a bad decision. So the more that you can be prepared and educated and talk about who's going to be on your team to help and what their roles and responsibilities are, that'll make it so much easier.
So you started your company, Seniors Resource Hub, as a way of helping with what in the process? What does your company do?
Well, it helps to make decisions, right? So if you're going to be at home care, it helps with that. Assisted living, maybe you need skilled nursing or rehab, and up to and including hospice and palliative care, because that was my journey, and I didn't know what I didn't know. So I kept reinventing the wheel of the caregivers that preceded me.
So if I used Seniors Resource Hub, what kinds of things does it address?
So it makes sure that you're getting a good business partner, or a partner that they have a good track record, that they're financially secure, they're not in the process of being acquired, and worse, they're not going through a bankruptcy.
Okay. So you've done some of that research for the customer.
No, they do it themselves,
Okay.
right? So what we provide is a checklist, so it makes them independent, it makes them in control of the entire process, and they become, when they're educated and they make a good decision, then they don't have to manage problems on the back end, which take a lot of time.
So with your site, you can kind of know what questions you need to be asking.
Right. So you go in there and you customize it and pick only the questions that apply to you, and then you have a customized checklist that you run with, and you control the process. Because it is a process.
Yeah. Caregivers, I'm sure, would tell you that there can be a strain in helping an older loved one, whether it's on their social life or their finances. So what kind of message do you give to caregivers about helping themselves?
That make sure that you're right up there close to number one, right? You're caring for people that you love, but you also need to love and take care of yourself. And so that might be scheduling a massage, meeting your friends for lunch, making sure that you take care of yourself and go to doctor's appointments, because so many times you get so involved in taking someone else to the doctor and all the different visits there that you say, oh, I don't have time for me. And then that really comes back to haunt you as well.
If you know somebody who's getting into a situation of maybe caring for a loved one, where should they start to look for maybe some resources in their community?
Well, the Area Agency on Aging, that's a good place to start, and we have that locally, as well as there's some for the entire state. Medicare.gov has some good resources, but everything's very disparate. So when I say you need to get educated, you need to start now, even if
before the help is needed.
Absolutely, so that you're educated and you know what to do, so that it's not such a strain and a stress, and you're not panicked.
Okay, Kathy Smith, Seniors Resource Hub. We have a link on local12.com. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Sure, you can stop watching, but let's be honest, you want to know more. Tap the links, or even better, click subscribe to stay in the know.